The story of St. Charles Borromeo.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Let me tell you the story of a man who changed the church by changing himself first. A man of courage, discipline, and compassion. His name was Charles Borromeo, a saint who lived during one of the most difficult times in church history. Charles was born in 1538 in a small town near Milan, Italy. He came from a wealthy and noble family, the kind of family that had power, money, and influence. From a young age, everyone expected him to live a comfortable, privileged life. But even as a child, Charles was different. He wasn't drawn to luxury or pride. He loved quiet, prayerful moments. He studied hard, read about faith, and showed a seriousness that made people take notice. When he was still young, Charles' uncle was elected Pope Pius IV, one of the most powerful positions in the world. Suddenly, doors flew open for him. His uncle called him to Rome and gave him important responsibilities in the church. Now, most people might have seen this as a golden ticket: power, influence, prestige. But Charles didn't treat it like that. Instead, he saw it as a calling, a duty. He believed that serving God meant living simply, even while surrounded by riches. At that time, the church was going through a serious crisis. Many people had lost faith in it. There were arguments, divisions, and corruption. This was the time of the Protestant Reformation, when Christians were deeply divided. To respond, the church gathered its leaders at what became known as the Council of Trent. A massive meeting meant to reform and renew the church. Charles Borromeo, though still a young man, played a key role in organizing it. He worked tirelessly behind the scenes, reviewing documents, guiding discussions, making sure things stayed focused on faith and renewal. People were amazed at his energy and wisdom. The council's results helped shape the church for centuries, and Charles was right in the middle of it all. But Charles didn't stop there. When his uncle, the Pope, passed away, Charles could have easily stayed in Rome and continued his life of comfort. Instead, he chose to return to Milan as its archbishop, one of the largest and most troubled dioceses in Europe at the time. What he found there shocked him. Many priests were poorly trained. People didn't come to Mass regularly. The church buildings were in bad condition. In short, faith had grown cold. Charles decided to rebuild, not just buildings, but hearts. He started seminaries to properly train priests. He visited every corner of his diocese, no matter how poor or remote, to talk with the people, listen to them, and teach them. He led by example, living simply, eating little, praying constantly, and giving his wealth to help the needy. He didn't just talk about holiness, he lived it. Then, in 1576, tragedy struck. The plague came to Milan. thousands of people were dying. Fear spread faster than the disease itself. Many wealthy people fled the city to save themselves, but not Charles. He stayed. He walked the streets, helping the sick, comforting the dying, and organizing care for orphans. He sold his own belongings to buy food and medicine for others. Sometimes he even carried the Blessed Sacrament through the streets so people could see Christ and feel comforted, even from their windows. It was dangerous, and he knew it. But he believed that a true shepherd never abandons his flock. That moment, that courage, is what made him unforgettable. When others ran away, Charles ran toward those in need, and because of that, Milan began to heal, not only from sickness, but from despair. By the time Charles died in 1584, at just 46 years old, he had completely transformed the church in Milan. His example spread throughout Europe. He showed that real reform doesn't start with rules or power. It starts with the heart. He was later declared a saint, remembered as a man who gave everything for God and his people. And what can we learn from him today? Well, Charles teaches us that real change in our families, our communities, even in ourselves, doesn't come from comfort or pride. It comes from service, humility, and courage. He reminds us that when times get hard, when others give up, we can choose to stand firm in love and faith. That's the legacy of St. Charles Borromeo, a man who turned privilege into purpose and who showed the world that true greatness comes from selfless love. And that is the story of St. Charles Borromeo,